Now at 5:30 on WKYT this morning, they thought they had been found, but family members of a Lexington native and her husband say the couple has still not been heard from.
Also ahead, the Brussels attacks come at a heated point in the race for president. Just ahead this morning, reaction from candidates regarding the situation.
And despite a newly approved state budget, a Lexington project may have to be put on hold for lack of funding.
This is WKYT This Morning.
Hello there and good morning from WKYT. I'm Bill Bryant.
And I'm Michelle Chamberlain, and it is Thursday, one day from the big old Friday, right?
We're getting there, that's right. You know, we've been on a roll with the spring weather the last few days. Had some sunshine, some nice clear skies. But today we're going to get to the other part of spring, that is some showers, maybe a rumble of thunder as well. Let's check in meteorologist Micah Harris. He is tracking it.
Yeah, and we're going to be seeing the gusty winds all day long, too. So we got a lot to talk about. The wind advisory in effect through 7 p.m. Then you have, and that's 20 to 40 mile per hour winds without any rain in the forecast. You add the rain to it, showers and thunderstorms as they roll on through later on this afternoon and evening, and that'll bump those gusts up to maybe even 50 degrees, maybe even 60 degrees if we have any severe weather. So temperatures 50s and 60s this morning. It's a good feel. We're in the upper 60s to lower 70s later on today. And like I said, the second half of your day, afternoon and evening, is when things really ramp up. Are we looking at widespread severe weather or just isolated severe cells? We're going to go over that, and I'm going to break the timeline down for you to help you plan out your day coming up.
Thank you, Micah. I think we're all anticipating good news on this next story.
Certainly hoping for it, yeah.
The heartbreaking wait continues for the family of a missing Lexington native and her husband.
Neither Stephanie nor Justin Schultz have been heard from since Tuesday's terror attacks at the Brussels airport. Hope was restored briefly yesterday when Justin's mother was told that her son had reportedly been found. But shortly after that, the family was told that those reports were false. WKYT's Mark Barber is joining us live now with more on the continuing coverage of this story. Good morning, Mark.
Good morning, Bill. The family has been counting the long hours that have been dragging by since Stephanie and Justin Schultz were last seen. The couple has now been missing more than 48 hours. They were given false hope yesterday, so what had already been a very agonizing wait took a devastating turn after they were told that that couple had been found alive. Justin's brother says that his mother had been told by someone in the State Department that they had finally been discovered. However, he says just a couple hours later, they learned that that was not the case, that someone in the State Department had been misinformed and gave them the wrong information. That's something he calls disgusting. While the couple has been missing 2 days, the family still has hope that they will be found alive because their names have not appeared on the casualty list. Stephanie's mother says the couple was waiting in the departure gate of Brussels airport when the bombs exploded. Stephanie's mother was checking in for her flight home when those blasts went off. She was thrown off her feet, but she was not seriously hurt. Since then, she and Justin's mother have been frantically trying to find the couple.
Justin's been wanting me to come to Brussels and see him, but this is not the way that I wanted to go see him. But hopefully he'll have his big smile on his face. You guys have probably seen pictures of him, and he's going to be okay.
Still holding on to hope there. Now they're telling us that the United States is expediting passports for both Justin's father as well as, or rather Justin's mother as well as Stephanie's father, so they can go out to Brussels and join the search. They're hoping that once they are on the ground in Belgium, they will be able to get more information. They say that the hospitals there are not allowed to release any information about whether they are treating a patient or not over the phone, so they hope once they're there in person, they'll be able to dig up a few more answers. That's the latest here in Lexington. I'm Mark Barber, WKYT.
Thank you, Mark. Now switching gears to politics. On the campaign trail, a controversial proposal to monitor Muslim neighborhoods is dominating the discussion in the presidential race. Overnight, there was also new mudslinging between two Republican candidates. Don Champion has the latest.
I'm relaxed. You're the basket case.
Donald Trump is known for his abrasiveness, but Wednesday night he may have outdone himself. The Republican frontrunner retweeted a picture insulting the appearance of Ted Cruz's wife. Cruz took the high road, replying, "Donald, real men don't attack women. Your wife is lovely and Heidi is the love of my life." Before the mudslinging, foreign policy dominated discussion in the presidential race. Wednesday on CBS This Morning, Ted Cruz was pressed about his controversial proposal to surveil Muslim neighborhoods in America.
But you're painting one community with one brush. That's the problem. No, I'm not. There's a difference between Islam and Islamism.
Trump said he could support targeted surveillance, but rival John Kasich rejected the idea. On the Democratic side, Hillary Clinton did as well.
One thing we know that does not work is offensive, inflammatory rhetoric that demonizes all Muslims.
Last night in Los Angeles, Bernie Sanders pivoted, using the foreign policy spotlight to attack Clinton.
And I voted against the war in Iraq. She voted for the war in Iraq.
All of the candidates are now looking ahead to the next big vote in Wisconsin on April 5th. Don Champion, CBS News.
Well, Lincoln County school officials still have not decided whether to go forward with a planned educational trip to France and England next month. Dozens of Lincoln County high school students have been planning for that trip for more than a year. But now parents are worried about their safety following the Brussels attacks. And the U.S. State Department has issued a travel alert for Europe through June 20th. The Lincoln County superintendent says they are planning to discuss various options tonight during a meeting with parents. Understandably, of concerns and questions about how to move forward.
I would be hesitant as a parent.
Right. Well, the Republican-controlled Kentucky State Senate has now approved its version of a state budget.
Yeah, the budget proposal includes most of the cuts recommended by Governor Matt Bevin, but it drops millions in bonds proposed for renovations at the Lexington Center. WKYT's Caitlin Sentner joins us from the live desk with more details. Good morning, Caitlin.
Good morning, Michelle. One Senate budget cut may halt a highly anticipated project in Lexington. In a 21-16 vote, the Senate nixed funding for expansion of the Lexington Convention Center. Republican Senate leaders opposed the city increasing its local hotel room tax to cover $60 million worth of bonds. Several Lexington area senators stood in protest, saying its convention center needs to be updated to remain competitive. The center CEO said after the vote he'd help answer any questions the Senate had about those renovations. But that's not the only big news that came out of the Senate on Wednesday. Budget cuts that many public institutions have been rallying against in Frankfort may just come to fruition. The Senate-approved budget includes most of Governor Matt Bevin's proposed slashes in state spendings. That means public colleges and universities, state constitutional officers, and public preschool programs will be cut by 9% over the next 2 years. Conversely, House Democrats removed much of Bevin's budget cuts. The two sides hope to compromise by next week. At the live desk, Caitlin Sentner, WKYT.
All right, Caitlin, thank you. We'll be watching very carefully the budget talks over the next few days. And the State House has unanimously passed a bill that would change the way DUIs are counted here in Kentucky. Right now, the DUI look-back period in Kentucky is 5 years. That means 5 years after a conviction, the counter is reset, and a new DUI would be considered the first offense. But this bill would change that period to 10 years. The bill has already passed the Senate. It now heads to Governor Bevin's desk. It was filed as an emergency, so if he signs the bill, it would take effect immediately.
A Clark County grand jury will now consider the case against a man charged after a deadly fire at an apartment building. A judge made that decision yesterday during a preliminary hearing for Jackie Heisel Jr. Winchester police charged Heisel with manslaughter after 3 people died in the fire earlier this month. Now, Heisel admitted to that he smoked while using his oxygen machine and it caught fire. During yesterday's hearing, police testified that before the fire, Heisel had been warned not to smoke while using that machine. The judge also denied a request from the defense to lower Heisel's bond from $1 million.
A Danville police officer has resigned after he was involved in an off-duty crash. Investigators now say alcohol may have been a factor. Investigators say Danville officer Ryan Hundley was driving at a high rate of speed when he crashed into a truck driving in the opposite direction back on February 26th. According to the Danville Advocate-Messenger, the accident report says Hundley later admitted to consuming some alcoholic beverages prior to the wreck. The driver of the truck, Dwayne Brown, says he is happy that Hundley has stepped down, but does forgive him. Brown says he is just thankful to be alive.
I feel like I'm very blessed to be alive.
beyond lucky.
This was not the first time Hundley has made headlines. A few months prior, he pulled over a Boyle County school bus to confront a child reportedly teasing his daughter. He was put on paid administrative leave following that incident. We reached out to the Danville Police Department to see if Hundley will be facing any charges for the crash. They declined to comment on the ongoing investigation.
A second person now faces charges in connection to human remains found in Harlan County. State police arrested 30-year-old Kayla Curtis last night and charged her with murder, evidence tampering, and abuse of a corpse. Tuesday night, police arrested 26-year-old Michael Curtis on the same charges. Police say the remains were found yesterday morning in a wooded area near the Kaywood community. Police sent the remains to the state medical examiner's office in Frankfort for identification.
Our time this morning is 5:40 on WKYT, and happening today, a former state lawmaker will be sentenced in a bribery case. Keith Hall is facing 10 years in prison and a $250,000 fine. He was convicted of corruption after being accused of paying a state mine inspector tens of thousands of dollars to overlook safety violations at coal mines that he owned. Hall's sentencing has already been delayed at least twice.
Lexington Mayor Jim Gray will reveal his choice for the city's new fire chief. Former Lexington Fire Chief Keith Jackson retired in January. Harold Hoskins was appointed interim fire chief until a permanent replacement could be found. Now the announcement will be made during a news conference at 10 o'clock this morning.
Well, tonight, Grammy Award-winning singer Chris Stapleton will return to his hometown in eastern Kentucky to play a free concert. Stapleton will perform at 7 at the Johnson Central High School gym in Paintsville. The tickets have already been given out for the concert. The school's principal says Stapleton is also donating $60,000 worth of musical instruments to the Johnson Central Band. He's made it big and remembers where he's from.
Seems like a good guy. Keep coming home.
There you go. Time this morning is 5:42, and let's check live drive traffic this morning. See if we have any issues going on right now. Lots of green on there. That is good.
And green is good, right? It's the easy way to start your day with no traffic.
No reports of any major problems right now. Those traffic volumes will be picking up shortly, and of course they'll be joined by the school buses here in just a few minutes. And Officer Don will be in a little bit later on. He'll keep us informed. Hey, it's good to have you along with us on your Thursday morning. A lot more news coming up.
Yep, the president is making waves on social media for his dancing moves. Check that out. I'll take a look when we return.
And we have strong to potentially severe storms later on today. I'm going to show you. It's in the afternoon and evening, but when does it roll around your house? I'll have that coming up next.
Your hour-by-hour forecast with meteorologist Micah Harris.
We have the 50s and 60s this morning. There's one location in the mid-60s. That's Frankfort. Check that out. I mean, that's a really good feel this time of morning. We get into the afternoon, and we'll be there in the upper 60s to lower 70s, kind of depending on where you are. Corbin coming in, and London area, and the upper 50s, lower 60s at this moment. So then we head through your day. Now, afternoon and evening, remember, by noontime, maybe a little bit before that, we could have a couple of showers, maybe even a rumble of thunder. But when you're looking at the severe weather threat or the strong to severe weather threat, because it's still a low-end severe weather issue for today, it's going to be afternoon and evening. Here's the breakdown on where you can expect it. There is a marginal risk for about 99% of our viewing area. The other 1%, you got to get far toward the southwest, heading toward Bowling Green, and that's where you see the slight risk. So as you see the breakdown with the legend at the top of the screen, obviously we're still on the lower end of things, but it's still strong thunderstorms that'll still affect your day, whether they're strong thunderstorms or severe thunderstorms. It's going to affect your day later on today. So just keep in mind, a line of showers and thunderstorms will roll through for the second half of the day. Let me show you, second half is a big half, right? So let me show you hour by hour. Watch this, and this is how you can plan out your afternoon. So we get into 3 p.m., right? And here comes a mass of showers and even a few rumbles of thunder at that time. Now, there is that issue back toward the west that's where the storms are actually still located. So the rain out ahead, that's a big helper for us. That's our friend when it comes to severe weather concerns. Because when you have a lot of sunshine, what that does is heats up the surface. That moisture's intact too. So that's what gives that energy off for these storms. When they roll through, boom, they hit that energy and they just explode. But when you have the rain around, what it does is it stabilizes the atmosphere, meaning it takes away a lot of that energy. So the storms that will be rolling through, look at that. We're talking anywhere from 3 to 5 p.m. across 65. You go into our west and central zones, even the northern zones from Maysville, and then work your way back toward Bracken County, down toward Lexington, through Danville, across 150, and all the way down to the Cumberland region. That's going to be anywhere from 5 p.m. to 8 p.m. Then we slide east of I-75. Then you're talking about 8 p.m. to around midnight. And it will fade away there by midnight in the far east and southeastern zones. So once that pushes on out, then we'll feel the winds, not just that they're not steady today, but we'll feel them steady out of a different direction. They're coming out of the north and northwest. Look at those temperatures. Starting off in the 30s tomorrow morning for most, upper 40s, lower 50s there tomorrow afternoon. But I tell you this, guys, it's short-lived. Look at your Saturday and Sunday. 60s and 70s in the forecast. This weekend will be really nice. I've looked at the latest trends the past 2 to 3 days, and the trend is we're pushing the rain back into the evening and night. It's not increasing, it's actually decreasing in time. So that is really good news for a lot of us trying to get some of those plans in.
Good to hear. I'm excited about that.
The kids will be good.
And some folks will be traveling, so it all works out.
There you go.
Thank you, Micah. Appreciate it. 5:49 on WKYT.
President Barack Obama's dance moves are making headlines across social media.
Well, let's see why. Here we go. The president and the first family are in Argentina following their historic trip to Cuba. Last night, they were treated to a state dinner hosted by the Argentine president. During the dinner, one of the entertainers invited the president to dance the tango with her.
Shoulders back, shoulders back.
He was a little hesitant at first, but when her male partner escorted the first lady to dance, the president gave in. This is not the first time that cameras have caught the president out on the dance floor. He was also seen dancing last year at a state dinner in Kenya. But so there you go. And
good sport.
Yeah.
Although, like, I don't know
I'm sure he probably thought, well, what's this? What am I going to do here?
It's going to be all over
it's
Twitter,
going to be
right?
on TV and all over the world. All right. Good to have you along now. We're rolling toward 5:50 on WKYT.
Yep, coming up, you'll get the stories making news at this hour.
We're checking traffic again. We have health news for you, and our top stories are on the way here on WKYT this morning. Good morning. It's your Thursday. Here we are rolling toward the weekend, and it looks pretty good. And our time this morning is 5:53.
Yep, let's take a look at some of the stories we're working on at this hour.
The wait continues for the family of a Lexington native, Stephanie Schultz, and her husband, Justin. Hope seemed to be restored briefly after some family members thought the couple had been found yesterday. Unfortunately, that news turned out to be false, and the couple remains missing this morning.
A massive manhunt is still underway for a third suspect connected to Tuesday's terror attacks in Brussels.
Belgian prosecutors say 2 of the 3 bombers who blew themselves up were brothers. An unidentified 4th man shown in airport surveillance video remains at large. At least one of the men was named as a suspect in the Paris terror attacks last year.
New research links long naps to a condition that's bad for your heart.
Researchers at the University of Tokyo found people who napped 40 minutes or longer had an increased risk for metabolic syndrome. People with that condition have excess fat and increased blood pressure, blood sugar, and cholesterol levels. The National Sleep Foundation is recommending 20 to 30-minute naps.
And smartphones are helping heart attack patients lose weight. A Mayo Clinic study finds patients who used cell phone diet apps combined with rehabilitation were likely to lose weight faster. So time now to take a look at your traffic and today's trouble spots with live drive traffic. Let's take a look at this map. A lot of green out there, and it looks like you won't be dealing with many traffic issues as you're about to head out the door. Of course, we all know that could change soon, so we'll keep you up to date on that right here on WKYT. Time to check what's making news online this morning. Bill joins us now with what's happening on the net.
Well, of course, our top story on WKYT.com is this agonizing wait for answers about a missing couple, Stephanie Schultz from Lexington, her husband Justin from Gatlinburg, and there has been just agony for the family trying to get information. Our news team continuing to work this story hard as we look for answers. We're also keeping a close eye on the budget talks in Frankfurt as leaders from the State House and Senate will now try to work out their major differences on a spending plan. The Senate is going along with the spending cuts proposed by the governor. The House is fighting those cuts at this point. Lawmakers have also been debating whether to define school bullying under state law. Get some help changing these upstairs if we could. In that, what they would do is lawmakers would then spell out the definition of bullying. And our web poll right now shows that 2/3 of those responding agree with that. The Lexington Mayor's office says at least 143 workers are being laid off locally. It's part of a company-wide restructuring. Lexmark is still a major employer with about 2,300 workers in Lexington. Kentucky.com reports a compromise is reached in Frankfort for a single marriage license form. In the state, parties could check bride, groom, or spouse. That apparently has the support of Governor Bevin. Also, some details about all of Coach Cal's eligible players declaring for the NBA draft. And CBS This Morning is on the way at 7 with your eye opener. And of course, we'll have local updates. Join us on Facebook. Follow us on Twitter or Instagram. And for the latest, WKYT.com.
It's a good feel out there this morning. We're in the 50s and 60s, but when you see 63 early in the morning this time of year, you know something's on the way and something's not right. So we look back toward the west, and here come some storms our direction. By noontime, a few showers here and there are possible, but it's afternoon and evening we're going to be watching out for. If you got to take off, have a great day. If not, stick with us. I'm going to have more details on these storms coming up with another hour of WKYT News.